Can a cage without bars trap someone forever? By the end of this story, you'll discover a moral you'll never forget. At the top of a hill, there was a completely empty cage. No one touched it, no one opened it, but everyone avoided looking at it. Only one being came close each day. Blim, a blue fox with glasses who could see the invisible and smell emotions as if they were flowers. Blim didn't understand why everyone feared a cage that held nothing inside. So one day, he decided to sit in front of it and wait. Hours passed, and the cage began to emit a faint hum. The air vibrated as if someone were breathing very heavily. Suddenly, a tiny creature appeared. It was Ego, a translucent being with a golden crown and a sweet voice, who claimed to be the owner of the place. "I imprison those who think they're better than others," said Ego, floating in circles. "And no one notices they're already trapped." Blim frowned. "Trap how? There are no bars." Ego smiled. "The cage doesn't trap bodies. It traps hearts." Just then, a paper butterfly named Leah arrived. She danced with the wind, but as she got closer, her flight grew clumsy. "I can't fly properly here," she shouted. The cage pulled her like a magnet. Blim caught her just before she fully entered. "See," said Ego, "only those who believe they're more important than others stay inside." Leah looked at Blim with sadness. "I think I was like that." Leah had won a flying contest, and since then had treated others with disdain. She admitted it silently, and Ego felt it. At once, the cage lit up with a purple glow, and Leah was gently pushed back, as if something had set her free. "Admitting a mistake is unlocking the first lock," murmured Blim. But Ego didn't disappear. He grew larger, stronger. "You've fallen too, curious fox," said Ego. Blim stepped back, surprised. "Me?" The cage began to pull him in. "You think you understand everyone, that only you can see the truth," whispered Ego, and Blim felt a crack inside his chest. Trembling, Blim lowered his ears. "Maybe yes. I thought others didn't see because they were blind, but maybe they chose not to look." Leah flew in circles around the cage. "Blim, if you can admit it, you can come out too." But the cage wrapped around him like mist. Then something unexpected happened. Blim stopped fighting. He closed his eyes and said, "I'm not better. I'm just different, like everyone else." The cage trembled, creaked, and split. A thunder of light shot through it, and Ego screamed, but not in anger, in fear. Ego began to shrink. His crown fell to the ground as if it were made of wet paper. "You can't break me like this. I'm eternal." "No, Ego," whispered Blim. "You only exist when we believe we're better than others. Without that belief, you're nothing." And so, Ego vanished. The cage disappeared. The field filled once more with fresh breeze and butterflies of every color. Blim sat down, tired but at peace. Leah landed on his shoulder, her wings shining like never before. "Thank you for flying with me." From that day on, Blim stopped seeking others' flaws. He learned to listen without judging, to observe without feeling superior. Leah, for her part, became the first guiding butterfly. She helped others recognize the value of humility before taking flight. Together, they traveled through fields, villages, and dreams, teaching that the worst prison has no bars or locks, only unacknowledged pride. In every place they visited, a small replica of the empty cage would appear, just for a few seconds, like an invisible reminder. No one ever got trapped by ego again, at least not without first looking into the mirror of their heart and asking, "Am I listening or judging?" The hill now bloomed. Where once stood a cage, now a garden grew, and in the center, a flower of light that only opened with empathy. Moral: the ego doesn't need bars to trap you. It's enough to believe you're worth more than others to become imprisoned without realizing it. See you again soon with more magical stories that will make your imagination soar and touch your heart with every adventure.